Donald Trump held a rally in Michigan today, and it went exactly as you would expect. Donald Trump was complaining about his own grievance. He was yelling, he was whining, but then he directed his anger at the crowd. Yes, Donald Trump switched up from yelling at Kamala Harris or threatening Liz Cheney and decided to direct his anger out into the crowd in what was a really weird moment, one that we don't usually see from Donald Trump, but we are going to get into all of that. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and want to support our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really means the world to me. Now let's get into this weird Trump speech that escalated pretty quickly.
Somebody said to me, "Are you glad you did it?" I said, "Absolutely, but I could have been on the best beaches in the world. I own the best beaches in the world. I could have had such time. I could have been at the Great Turnberry in Scotland. I could have been anywhere I wanted to be. I could have had those waves smacking me in the face. I could have said, that white, beautiful white skin that I have would be nice and tan. I got the whitest skin because I never have time to go out in the sun, but I have that beautiful white, and you know what? It could have been beautiful, tan, beautiful."
First of all, interesting for Donald Trump to admit that he does have incredibly pale skin, and the only reason that he appears tan is that he cakes up orange makeup all over his face, which we have seen get really, really gross lately. Just the other day, Donald Trump was wearing an orange vest, and the color of his face matched the color of his vest. He looked like a traffic cone out there, but he continues to say this bit where he's like, "Oh, I gave up such a great life for you." No, you didn't. You were going broke. That's why you ran for president. And the only reason you're running for president again is to stay out of prison and to try to attack our democracy, which Donald Trump is trying to do clearly in this clip right here.
Now or never. If we don't do it, it's never going to happen again. You know, there are those that say that if we don't win this election, you may never have another election in this country again. That's a possibility with these radical left lunatics that we're dealing with. Crazy Nancy. You want to marry me? She wants to marry me. What the hell's...
The projection from Trump here is just astounding. When has Kamala Harris ever indicated that she doesn't want to hold elections again if she were to be elected president? Donald, we are running against you on the message that you are a threat to democracy because you already tried to overturn an election and you're trying to sow doubt about the results of this upcoming one, already saying that it's rigged. This just doesn't compute. Clearly, the numbers aren't working up there, as we can see in this clip right here.
Data shows that 100% of all net job gains, listen to this, think of it, it's all gone to the migrants, along with African-American jobs are at the worst, one of the worst levels. They're all going to migrants, the African-American. When you see those numbers, that's the numbers your fake news ought to show you.
Trump bringing back two of his favorite bits right there. The first saying that over 100% of the jobs being added to the economy are being taken by illegal immigrants. Over 100%, not great math there. But then he goes and decides he wants to start talking about black jobs again, which I don't know why no one has told him that that is an incredibly ineffective message and really is just off-putting and weird. But you know what? Dig your own grave, Donald. Keep on doing it. Donald Trump wanted to continue that conversation about black jobs and black voters when he said this right here.
With the exception of who? Abraham Lincoln. I did more as president for the black population than any other president in the history of our country.
Oh, man. Why? Why does he do this? Why? It's just so weird. You've done more than any president except for Lincoln. I don't even know how that could be anywhere remotely close to the truth. But of course, that's not what Donald Trump cares about. He cares about lying, fear-mongering, and of course, praising himself. But he separated from praising himself for just a little bit to praise one of his friends who should scare us all in this clip right here.
It's about some proper cost cutting. You know who we're going to use for that? Elon. He thinks he can find $2 trillion, only Elon. Anybody that can have that rocket come down the way it came down, that sucker. All right, how about that? How cool was that? He's the only one that can do it.
The idea of both Donald Trump and Elon Musk overseeing the federal budget should terrify us all. Two guys who just want giant tax cuts for themselves and their rich friends. And we have seen what Elon Musk did with Twitter and how that worked, or I guess I should say did not work. And that should be a scary reminder to us all about what he would do to our government. And it's not just that Donald Trump wants to cut costs within the government, but he seems to not want to pay a certain employee who was at the rally today. Let's just take a look.
Thank you backstage. These mic guys, I'm telling you, I'm having a lot of problems with mics lately. I'm not happy. Get yourself a new contractor, please. And don't pay the bill for this contractor. And then they'll write a story, Trump doesn't pay bills. I pay bills. You know what I do? I pay more than I'm supposed to when they can do a good job. But when they don't do a good job, don't pay your damn bill. That's my first. Man.
So Trump begins screaming out into the crowd, kind of almost attacking them over the microphone, and certainly yelling at the contractors who set it up, saying he won't pay them. Of course, a classic Donald Trump line, to not want to pay someone, but really just kind of strange there. But then it was funny because Donald Trump actually then got heckled. I think it really does constitute a heckle from his own crowd in this clip right here.
During their primaries, and then we're running against her. It's actually not fair to him. It's really not fair to him. That's no way. He's got the right. Who cares? Who said that?
So Donald Trump, for some reason, still focused on the past, as he always did. He's complaining about President Biden, saying that he was thrown out of office in a coup. Not true. And then someone shouts from the crowd, who cares? Which I guess is kind of funny to heckle Trump and just be like, why are you talking about this? There are a few days left in this election and you're focused on President Biden. Not really a great place to put your focus, but Donald Trump was constantly distracted, clearly right here.
I'm studying my hair. It looks not so good today. It's not a good hair day, but who cares? Not a good hair day for me. Oh. I don't want to look.
How is this campaign even happening? I don't know. The contrast between these two candidates could not be clearer. Donald Trump is focused on himself and his hair, and Kamala Harris is focused on strengthening union labor, like she was talking about in this clip right here.
He intends to launch a full-on attack on unions and the freedom to organize. He will ban public sector unions. I know we've got AFSCME here, right? He will roll back workplace safety protections. He will make it easier for companies to deny overtime pay for workers. Talk about trying to take us back. And he will appoint a union buster to run the Department of Labor. Not to mention what would happen with NLRB, right? So I say all this to say to the friends that America, as we all know, is ready to chart a new way forward. We are ready for a new generation of leadership for America. And especially the leadership that together we all offer, that is optimistic about what we can achieve when we are working together. There's a certain spirit of how we think about all this that directly relates to whether as we move forward we will be stronger or not. And here's the thing that we all know. We're not going back. We are not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We are not.
Speaking of those who want to attack labor, Elon Musk, as we brought up earlier, shows the perfect example of the scary extremist that Donald Trump wants in his administration. But it's not just Elon. He wants RFK Jr. as well. Take a look at what he had to say here.
So into health and all, he's going to take care of women's health and men's health and your children's health. I said, you could do anything. You just go ahead and enjoy yourself. But just do me one favor. Leave the liquid gold alone. Let me handle that. We're going to make a fortune. We're going to make, Bobby, please leave that alone, Bobby. Just let me handle that. Oh, we're going to make so much money. But just
Trump RFK Jr., Elon Musk, Laura Loomer, Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene. That is what a second Trump administration is going to look like. That terrifies all. It's not just about Donald Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one. It's about the people he wants to empower. RFK Jr. is a scary one for sure, and that's why Tim Walz called him out right here.
Yesterday, Donald Trump said that he would put RFK Jr. in charge of women's health. Now, the other night, this might make you feel better, I guess, Donald Trump said that if you're a woman, he will be your protector. And then he added, I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not, which is pretty much how he's lived his whole life on everything he's done. Well, we're seeing what he's done. Women are showing up at emergency rooms and being denied care. They're having miscarriages in parking lots. And you know what else they're going to do, though? Those women are going to show up. They're going to vote Tuesday, whether he likes it or not. Whether he likes it or not. So his rhetoric around this, we know where he's at. We know exactly what he's going to do. We know he will go further by closing down fertility clinics, things that are personal to so many of us. These are things that we shouldn't have to talk about in public because they're personal business, but women and families across the country are doing it. It's why my wife Gwen and I talked about it. We struggled for years to have a child. We used fertility treatments. We finally had our beautiful daughter, Hope. He's talking about taking that away. I'll be damned if anybody in elected office should tell you what type of family you should have, when you should have it, and how you should have it.
This is a terrifying group of extremists who can never be near power, because we know what they would do if they had it. They would attack our institutions. They'd threaten our democracy. They'd try to end our democracy. And we got to stop them on November 5th. We're going to be talking about that every single day on the show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.